Calls for XRP to go to $1,000 coming from a major exchange, along with a huge positive move in crypto with an unlikely investment. It's actually kind of local to me. FTX action gets solved. XRP price action at the end.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Hola, mi amigos and amigas. What's up with you this Monday? We're gonna get into crypto news. Your comments come first, along with some understanding. Oh, listen to this. Dude named Brian says, this guy is definitely a plant because I never even subscribed, but this dude's video's still popping up every day with a bunch of XRP FUD. Shaking my head, straight industry plant even has the personality. His only purpose is to send you off. No, actually, my purpose is to bring you the news, whether it's good or bad, happy or sad. See, most channels out there try to pump you with all hopium, which means what? They're going to get more views, they're going to get more subs. I bring you the news good and bad. When I bring bad news, I lose subs. My views go down. But I'm taking the right stance in journalism and showing you both sides of the story, good and bad. Am I a plant? I like plants, but I'm not a plant. Remember when I was called a Russian spy, a Chinese sleeper agent, worked for the KGB? Ooh, stories around Klaus are all over the place. Oversold 3482 says, believing XRP is like believing in Santa Claus. When I was a kid, they made fun of me because my name was Klaus, and I got pissed off one of those days, and I was just like, look, I'm going to start flipping the story around. So whenever a hot chick would make fun of me and say Santa Claus, I always say, well, you could always sit on Santa Claus's lap and tell him what you want. That often shut the chicks up. Then I started doing it to the dudes because I was just like, this will shut them up too. Yeah, Santa Claus. I got made fun of a lot for that, but really don't give a fuck. But you should believe in Santa Claus because I'm bringing you good stuff today. Bitcoin's in at 69,652. ETH is 2511. BNB is at 597. All Sol's at 176. XRP at 51.8. ADA is not going to be running in nation states here in 6 years at 34 cents. Doge up big 11% here in the last 24 hours to 15.7. FTX agrees to pay $228 million settlement in Bybit legal dispute. Now, mind you, this whole FTX thing has happened a while ago, right? I mean, we're talking like a while ago. And what's good about this is as we're going through these bankruptcies and settlements and cases and stuff like that, it's freeing up some money that's been tied up. Crypto money that's been tied up. In fact, Mt. Gox, remember all the fear about, oh my God, they're going to be doing Mt. Gox payouts, crypto is going to melt down. The majority of people that got into Mt. Gox, that got their payouts, put it right back into crypto. So when this money gets like thawed and actually back to its rightful owner, because it's all about like settling these cases, right? And settling all the payouts and distributions. These players, they want to go right back into crypto. The majority of them do. The deal outlined in an October 24th court filing brings closure to a 2023 lawsuit initiated by the FTX estate, which aimed to recover assets for former customers and creditors of the bankrupt exchange. The settlement, pending court approval, definitely going to get approved, specifies that FTX will retrieve $175 million in digital assets currently held on Bybit's platform and sell $52 million in BIT tokens to Marina Corp. Oh, okay. The FTX estate also said this agreement is in the best interest of all parties and argued that it provides a more certain outcome than continuing with litigation. I'm bringing this up because again, we're thawing some money that's been held up. But this statement right there that I just shared with you, it provides a more certain outcome than continuing with litigation. And who wins in every court case? The lawyers. They get paid. They get paid. If a court case gets delayed, guess what? They get to bill more hours. Ripple case with the SEC, guess who wins in that one? The lawyers, because they're getting freaking paid. So interesting to see here that you have a state saying, look, the lawyers are just chewing up a ton of money as it is. So let's just settle this. Let's move on. Let's get cash to people. Oh, what is this? Is this the bankruptcy court document? Yes, it is. And as always, any article you see in this video and all my other ones, they will be linked in the description below. So no, I'm not a plant. I just bring you good news and bad because trust me, if all the news was good for XRP and there was no bad news, I assure you, girlfriends, we'd be a lot higher than 51.8. But then again, I'm kind of a KGB guy, so I guess that's the deal, right? God, I hear some dumb fucking shit in my life. Emory University, this is the good news for Emory University, real close to me. $15.8 million investment in Grayscale's BTC mini trust. Yeah, institutions are getting more into crypto, and we know that there's a lot of press for an XRP ETF. So with the XRP ETF, and the reason I'm bringing this up, because think of the price of XRP. Not juicy at 51.8. It's just not. All right, if you want to defend 51.8, you're a fucking loser and you will lose. Plain and simple. 51.8 sucks balls. Price action for the last few years sucks balls. All right? But what we've learned is that some of these players out there, they don't want native token. They want ETF, and that can put pressure on native token. And maybe that's what you're going to see with these institutions. They're like, look, we'll go into the XRP ETFs, and then those ETFs, they got to start gobbling up the XRP. So I'm bringing you the story up because this is the first institution out there, educational institution, that is now getting into crypto like this. I think this is great stuff. Emory University has taken the bold step by investing $15.8 million into Grayscale's Bitcoin mini trust. This investment is particularly noteworthy as it highlights increasing acceptance of BTC ETFs within traditional finance. This investment marks the first instance of a university endowment purchasing a BTC ETF. That's freaking huge. Some of these endowments are in the billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. And they don't just park it in cash. It's not like they got a closet, like in their university, and that's their cash closet. No, they put that money somewhere so that they could earn on it, so that it's safe, so they don't lose out on inflation and all that other stuff. There's different ways to store money, store of value. So now store of value getting into BTC ETFs as well. We know XP ETF is a coming. It's huge. I think this is great. The filing shows this as well, and it talks about what they got in terms of their shares when they bought it and so forth. Again, you can check all this out, linked in the description below. Now, what I wanted to share with this is you got an exchange always mentioning XRP to $1,000. Anyone know who that exchange is? Anyone? It is Uphold. Okay. Remarkably, the US-based exchange Uphold has repeatedly discussed the $1,000 price level for XRP over the last 3 years. The first instance was in 2021. They did it again in 2022, and we've seen it fairly recently. Now, I'm bringing this up because when Uphold posts like XRP to 1,000, or when you wake up and XRP is this, how do you feel? Like, that's to garner oomph, to garner excitement, to garner juice, momentum. And who benefits from that? That's Uphold, right? Think about it. If all of a sudden Uphold is like, yo, XRP to 1,000, people are like, you know what? Maybe Uphold knows something. I'm going to buy me some XRP right now. Who just made money on that? Uphold. So be very careful, because a lot of the times when you see this crazy stuff, the people that are posting it are actually the ones that would benefit from it. So it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy of crypto pumping on each other. Now, I bring this up for another reason, and that is this crossing the line? And the reason I bring that up is because we've seen before people get in trouble about charts, saying to the moon and all this stuff, unregistered securities, and it's brought a lot of unwarranted attention. And before people start going, oh, XRP, protection, all that, I'm not talking about protection like that legal. I'm talking about them being able to manipulate the market with tweets. Because think about that. Do you see stock exchanges out there going, Microsoft, going to 1,000, get your MFST to 1,000, let's go. They would be in so much freaking trouble for that. You can't do that kind of stuff. But Uphold's doing it. They're pushing the boundaries. They're pushing laws. This is interesting because this is going to force lawmakers and regulators out there to start making some newer laws, some newer regulations. And I think until we get them, Uphold is like, look, I'm just going to say whatever we want to say, because guess what? It benefits us. And if people out there are motivated by us saying XRP to 1,000 time and time and time again, and we benefit from it business-wise, well, then it's just like advertising, isn't it? But just remember who the author is of the advertising, because they can claim XRP to $1,000 all they want, but when we're sitting here at 51.8 cents, I mean, we're missing some zeros. I mean, I don't want to point out the obvious or anything, and I know I get it. I'm a plant, right? Because I show you FUD. Well, part of it is you got some stupid sons of fucking bitches out here promoting dumb shit that's not realistic at all, calling for 1,000, and yet it's at 51 cents. So yeah, it's about good news, bad news, all the news. Volume is up, which is great, 62% here in the last 24 hours. Still sucks balls overall compared to the normal billion plus that we see. This previous weekend was absolute horseshit with volume. It was if like the whole freaking crypto market was like, yo, let's just go on a weekend bender and not trade. Like, instead of blowing our money on crypto, let's blow our money in like babes and something else that starts with a B, and then like it's like LOW afterwards, like low, right? You know what I mean? B low, but like without the E, you know? And maybe that's what happened. I don't know. Either way, XRP prices, meh. Don't need to go over it anymore. Fucking Fibonacci's, triangles, Bollinger Bands, and all that fucking stupid shit. Look, you got the election coming up in a week. People are going to wait for that. You got Jerome Powell Fed rate cuts. People are going to wait for that. And we're also going to be waiting for new regs in the SEC case. So Bollinger Bands can suck my balls. Triangles, wedges, and all sorts of other stuff can suck my B as well. Macros rule the roost, and we've got a couple events coming up that I'm super excited for. So let's be realistic here. 51 cents and $1,000 aren't even in the same ballpark. But it's messed up though, because seriously, that's an exchange saying XRP to $1,000, but you sure as hell wouldn't see like TD, Ameritrade, or E-Trade, or any of those other platforms out there go Microsoft to 1,000. They would get fined by the SEC nasty. So keep poking that bear, because you ain't getting regs this year. And for those of you that wonder why my hair is always so messed up, well, it's because I train how many hours a day, and to keep the hair out of my face, I'm always constantly wearing a headband, and also my wraparound sunglasses. So if you wear a headband for a while, check it out. It leaves your hair just like that. It was in the comments, and someone asked, and I said I would share it, and I forgot to share the comment. Naughty me in the beginning of the video. I shared 2 of them, but not the third one. Now, in terms of XRP and price action, like I said, those macro events are coming up, and they're just around the bend, next week to be specific. And what's important about that is it is going to be just the start of a very hectic season. Look for the rest of 2024 to be absolutely wild. Elections, central banks across the globe making rate cut decisions. We got 2 more at least for the rest of the year. You had Canada just drop at 50 basis points. You've got economies out there starting to thaw, starting to think about juicy goodiness, and it's all the rest of the year. And then we'll have a whole new session of Congress, so maybe we could get some regs done in 2025 or 2026. Shit, that's asking for a lot. But I'm Santa Claus. I can make that shit happen. Choo-choo, bitches.